Hi, my name is Trevor Teichman from Kbandstraining.com, and today we're going to be working through an advanced drill. This is called the Kbands Scramble Pro. This will be the same setup as the Kbands Scramble drill. We've got 5 cones, one for our central point that we're going to be completing resisted circles around, as well as 4 other cones from the front, back, left, and right. Athletes, we're going to be set up on that middle cone still with our Kbands on, really getting that extra resistance for our speed knees. But we're going to be rotating around clockwise and counterclockwise through different rep sequences. First, let's start with some technique and tips to make sure that we optimize our results through the entire workout. Coaches or partners, you're going to be calling out which direction the athlete needs to move when he begins at the cone. We're going to be moving again clockwise or counterclockwise. So be very demanding and command and really work on the reaction time of the athletes as they come back to the cone. But as we begin, move around clockwise, really accelerating, still trying to maintain those speed needs. Remember, sport speed is different than just a linear sprint. We need to be able to move explosively in any direction. So this is a great way for us to add a different element to this drill. Keep your weight centered and keep this tilt as we move around. Now coaches or partners are going to call out a cone and you're going to accelerate to whichever cone they call, keeping a nice low center of gravity, breaking down, decelerating, and then getting your hand down to the cone. Now as we get back to the cone, it's important that we work on our positioning, decelerate, and work clockwise or counterclockwise. Again, this is on our partners or coaches calling out the command, and we're going to be moving into 2 to 3 cone steps before we get our break. Now that we're in the pro section here of the scramble drill, I want to take it just a step farther and make sure that we've got some advanced level techniques as we move through this drill. As we approach our cones, remember it's very important that we don't extend that foot out too far. We've got to be able to stay centered and accelerate back, shifting our weight to that inside foot, moving quickly the opposite direction. If you come in at that cone, keep that weight heavy on the outside foot and lean back for a little step, that's only going to slow us down. So remember, when we work for speed, we've also got to work on these feet to make sure that they're doing exactly what we want, gaining ground any which way that we go. When we're moving to cones behind us, we've got to really drop and rip with our arm. If you're slow with your arms, it's going to leave your chest high. So driving through with your arm, digging through, and accelerating the backside is really going to help us get to that dig phase and accelerate to that cone. We've got a couple different variations that you can do with the outside cones. If you're a little more advanced and want to stretch these cones out to 8 to 12 yards, that's going to be okay. No less than 4 to 6 yards though, because we've got to have room to move and accelerate and decelerate, or we're defeating the whole purpose of this drill. With the Scramble Pro drill, we're going to have a little bit longer time durations. It won't be that 12 to 15 seconds. You're going to be more like 15 to 20 seconds. We've got to give a little bit more time so we can get out around the cones and really utilize that lateral movement before exploding out to the cone. Rest periods are also important. We've got to make sure that we get proper rest to maintain that explosiveness. As we get our breaks and we move through our resisted sets, now we're going to be coming up to our unresisted sets, really working to get that little bit extra speed with that complete muscle activation. If you're looking to take your speed to the next level for multi-directional movements or linear speed, head to Kbandstraining.com and get started with a set of Kbands. You're going to get a great program called Speed 101 that's going to get you started and moving out to accelerate and become the best athlete you can be.